Here are 5 questions you need to ask your kids after this holiday period. Hi parents, my name is Ma Ekonde and I am here to inspire your parenting. So in this video, we will be talking about 5 questions, okay? 5 questions you need to ask your kids after this holiday season. So before we get into this video, you may want to check out another video that I posted recently about how to handle kids during this holiday period, some realities and some tips, okay? So check out the video in the description section below and you will gain a lot of realities, okay, during this holiday season with your kids. All right, so let us dive into the 5 questions that you need to ask your kids after this holiday season. We as parents, we know how communication with our kids is very important. It is very important for us to establish a good dialogue, a good communication between us with our kids. It is often good and often right for us to have moments where we sit down with our kids, we have a seat and we talk about issues, we talk about things that pain them, things that they love, and we kind of listen to what they have to say. We hear what they have in mind, because when we know what they have in mind, we can easily correct them, we can redirect them. But if we don't build a good communication with our kids, we will be missing out on a lot of things. So let us dive right into the first question you need to ask your kids just after this holiday period. Because to get the conversation going, ask your child their 3 most important things that they have learned during this holiday period. All right, it is important for you to make sure that the holiday period, whether they were with you at home or they went somewhere else, it is important for you to know what exactly they have learned during this holiday period. And you can either ask them 3 or 4 or whatever number you may want, so that you get to discuss, you get to talk about it, you get to go in depth about those things that they have learned during this holiday period. So don't wait any longer. When the holiday period is over, sit down your kid and ask your child, what are the 3 best, most important things that you have learned during this holiday season? So you got to let the child speak, listen to the child attentively, and come in then with your advice to re-emphasize on such values that the child has learned, and to guide the child in all the things that he has learned. All right, so don't be too quick to pick out your mistakes, but just be present, just be patient enough to listen and to come in with your own advice, with your own tips, and with your own values that you want to inculcate in your children. You get it, right? So after asking the 3 most important values that they have learned during this period, and you will be so surprised, you'll be so glad by what they will say. All right, so it's important for us to listen to our kids, to dialogue, to communicate, to share quality time together, to hear from them and to exchange together, and you get to pass across your values during such moments. Okay, so the second question that you may want to ask is that, what were your favorite moments during this holiday period? I can already anticipate how your child will be feeling after you have asked him or her this question. They will be so excited, especially those younger ones, to tell you what their favorite moments were during this holiday period. Some will say that they were so happy to have done some particular activity in the village or in the town or in the home or in the locality or in an environment. It is very important for you to listen to them, and it's important for them to know that they have a dad, they have a mom who actually listens, who actually want to know what is happening in their head, who actually want to build a relationship, to bond, to communicate, all right? So whenever the child will have something that he or she may want to say, may want to express, and might be scared about it, the child will remember that, oh, my father or my dad used to sit me down and listen to me speak, so I will feel comfortable to go to him again and say my mind, and he will be there to listen to me speak and to give me the advice that I will need, okay? So after asking your kids what their favorite moments were during this holiday period, and after listening to all the joyful and the smiles that they want to express, it's important for you to get the conversation going by asking them this number 3 question, that is, what were your worst moments during this holiday period, okay? This is kind of an intriguing question that will let your child feel comfortable to express, to speak, okay, to say what he or she has in mind. So it's okay to let the child say things that he or she did not like. Why? Because that is the perfect moment for you to come in, for you to identify, and for you to pass across values, for you to balance up things in he or she mind, okay? So it is important for you to listen to all their worst moments during this holiday, all right? And you get to get the conversation going, listen to them, and whenever you can come in during the conversation to bring in a value, to bring in an advice, you will realize that they will pick on those advice really fast, and they will learn from such moments. They will learn to adapt during such moments, all right? And I am sure that I'm so sure that we parents, we are endowed with right qualities. We are capable, we are able to lead our children to the right path, to help them to learn the right things whenever they come to tell us about their worst moments, all right? You parent, you are able, you are capable, you can do this, all right? So depending on those situations, depending on the story that they may tell you, you will have to come in and bring in a value, all right? And you get to chit chat, you get to talk and laugh, and the moment that you are having with your kid, it is so special, it is so valuable. So that 3rd question brings me down to the 4th question that has to do with something that we don't often love to speak about. So number 4 question that you need to ask your kids, it is aimed at identifying whether your child has been sexually abused, okay? Whether it may be a female or it may be a male, it all applies to every gender. So whatever way that you may feel comfortable to ask the question, ask the question, all right, so that the child can open up to you, the child can tell you things that you need to know, okay? So most children at times, they often hide the fact that they have been sexually abused, okay? Because it is something shameful. It is something that they really don't understand that much. It is something that pierces through their emotions, and it can equally influence their character. It can equally influence how they behave with others, okay? So it is very important for us parents to normalize the fact that we need to ask our kids whether yes or no they have been sexually abused, okay? So we are not ignorant of the fact that many things happen in homes when our kids go for holiday or whenever they are in the house, and most of the times it happens with outsiders as well as insiders, as well as family members. So it is important for us to normalize such discussions. It is important for us to often bring up this discussion with our kids so that they feel comfortable speaking about it to us, okay? So most parents, they often feel shy, they often avoid such topic for reasons I don't know, but it's important for us to become conscious parents, okay? We need to be conscious, and we need to preserve the emotional state of our kids. We parents, we know how damaging it can be on a child that is sexually abused in many aspects, okay? And we parents, we often don't want that. So if we don't want that, we need to apply the right measures to avoid that, okay? So whenever they are back from holidays, or if they were with you, it is important for you to discuss sexual matters with them, all right? Try to dig into such informations, because in the beginning of the discussion, or in the beginning of the question that you have been asking your kids, your child is already comfortable with you. Your child has already said a lot to you. And asking this fourth question, you will be able to identify if yes or no it has happened, okay? You can know from their mood, you can know from the way they speak, you can know from the way they react, okay? Most at times they are being threatened not to say anything, but you need to let your child feel comfortable to tell you whenever or if such things happen to them, all right? But it's important for us to avoid it before it happens by often teaching them about such matters, okay? Let us normalize talking about sex with our kids. So the last question, which is the fifth question, it is not the least, it is actually the most important, okay? But I decided to bring it up the last because at the beginning you want the child to feel comfortable with you, all right? So the last question is the fact that you need to ask your kids how their spiritual life has been during this holiday season, okay? So I know that this may not apply to everyone, but particularly for believers, for Christians, for parents who are building those spiritual lives of their kids, okay, it is important to identify, to know if your child has grown spiritually. It is not the least, okay? And I think that it even applies to everyone, because we want to see our kids grow spiritually. We want to see our kids believe in the Creator, grow with the knowledge of trusting in their God, in the Creator. They love us, they can be open to us, but we equally want to instill in them that value to equally depend, to equally know, and to equally be open to their Heavenly Father. So you will want to ask them if their relationship with God has grown. How far have they grown in their spiritual life? That is, you get to ask them if they have been applying those spiritual rules or the spiritual routines that you have been inculcating in them while they were with you, in case they went for holidays, or even if they were with you, in case you want them to develop it personally in their private and personal time, okay? So you want to know how far they are growing in their prayer life, in those spiritual routines like prayers, like reading the scriptures, like charity, and the list goes on, okay? So depending on how your home is, depending on the values that you have in your home, you will want to know if they have applied that at the personal level, okay? If they have thoughts on their own to apply that personally for themselves and to see how it has helped them, okay? So the fifth question, and you can see that it's not the least, okay? Here we are at the end of this video, where I have been sharing 5 questions you need to ask your kids right after the holiday period, okay? So I am telling you this tip now before the holiday period ends, so that you can gain some time and you can watch over some things early on, okay? So thank you so much for watching my video. Check on this channel to watch other interesting videos on conscious parenting tips, okay? So if you are a parent, or if you are a soon-to-be parent, or you are someone who wants to know how to handle kids, then this channel is for you. So click on the subscribe button below and tap on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post new video, okay? I got interesting videos, so go check it out now. All right, please like this video if you find it helpful, if you find it interesting, and comment down below so that I know how this video has helped you, so that I know who you are, who I am talking to, okay? So I want to know you at a personal level, and if you might want to join my conscious parenting group, yes, I will leave the link in the description below so you can join it for free, okay? Yes, it is a community where we talk about conscious parenting tips, because we as parents, we want the best for our kids, and we don't want to make errors that our parents did, okay? So it is important for us to learn, to know what parenting is all about. It's because it is like a job, okay? And it is not good for you to get in that job without proper preparation, okay? So I am your parental coach. I am here to give you some tips on how you can parent your child. So check on the description below and let me know in your comments other questions that you find interesting, you find worthy, that you can add on this list. See you in my next video.